welcome back to the Slowpoke world, guys, where today I've got another Vivid Voltage deck profile for you. I'm looking after you guys, and today I've got Charizard VMAX, a deck where on the cusp 300 damage is good, but 330 is a whole lot better, and I think I've got a consistent way of being able to let you play the welders and play Leon so you can take those big fat KOs. Sound good? Let's get involved. But first, our comment of the day comes courtesy of Let's Go. Again, I see you in the comments all the time. Love it, love it, love it. Let's Go says, as a Breakzar player, there is no better feeling than going Stamp plus Jessie J plus Wheezing. Did you even consider trying that in Togekiss? And if you don't know what he's on about, go check out the Togekiss VMAX deck profile where I can get your opponent's hand down to 0 cards turn 2 really consistently. But we're not worrying about that today. We've got Charizard VMAX. Let's have a look. So let's have a Charizard VMAX. And the good thing about tabletop is we can look at these shiny, expensive Charizards without having to pay. So let's have a look. Charizard VMAX, a VMAX Pokemon with 2 attacks, 330 HP. We've got Claw Slash 3/400. That's not very good, so we want to keep it moving. And then we've got G-Max Wildfire for 3 fire, 2 colorless. You do 300 damage and you discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. So 300 is a good break point, getting rid of all tag teams, like just getting them gone pretty much. And it does a good number. It's just on the cusp of taking KOs on VMAXs. So, and that's what you can ask for. Now that Leon's a thing, if we play Leon, G-Max Wildfire, we now do 330, and 330 pretty much KOs everything. Let's keep it moving. Sorry if you can hear the fireworks again, I apologize. So we got 4 of the Charizard. I play a full 4 3 line. Worth noting, this Charizard is actually not too bad. You got the same 3 for 80. That's not very good. But then Fire Spin for 2 fire, 2 colorless does 220. That's not a bad little number for your evolving Vs, is it? 220, not too bad. There's like Zacians and other evolving Vs. Like it one-shots itself, for example. Right, so what have we got here? So we got 4 of the Volcanions, and this is going to just help take the pressure off, because as good as Charizard VMAX attack is, it is very costly at 5 energy. So if we can take pressure off our welders and stuff, yeah, if we can take pressure off our welder, right, and just Flare Starter some of these on, very similar to how you would have like a Center Scorch, it's really cool. Flare Starter, if you don't know, if it's your first turn, you go in second, you can search your deck for 3 basic 5 energies and attach your Pokemon any way you like. If it's not your first turn going second, you can search for 1. And then High Heat Blast does 50 plus 60 if you've got at least 4 or 5 energies in play. High Heat Blast is really good against doing stuff like Decidueye and just be a good non-jet attacker in its own right. But Flare Starter, just turn 2, we can end our turn. If we Welder here, and then we Flare Starter, or here we have like 5 energies on our Charizard VMAX already. Crazy. Such a good card, that Volcanion. We are a greens deck. You know I love my greens. I'm going to do an ability version for this as well, but we are greens at the moment. So we play a full 3/3 of the Magneton with the Magnemites. And what Magneton does, in case you don't know, once during your turn you can knock this little fella out, which is a bit sad, isn't it? He sends himself to the discard pile. Your opponent does take a prize, but worth noting, because we're mostly attacking with VMAXs, we can effectively use 2 of these or 1 of these in the whole game for free. Without our opponent, our opponent decides to take 2 GX VMAX knockouts, I should say. So he knock himself out, and yeah, you get to search your deck for 3 supporter cards and put them into your hand. They're probably thinking, okay, why do you need 3 supporters? You can only play 1 in your turn. But I think if we search for Lieutenant Surge's strategy, and when you're behind on prizes, you can play another 2 supporters during your turn. So now we obviously always search out Lieutenant Surge's strategy plus 2 supporters that we need. And we play some supporters that we need quite a lot. So let's have a look at them. For Welder, obviously the life blood of any fire deck at this moment in time. Welder lets you attach 2 fire energies from your hand to one of your Pokemon if you do draw 3 cards. So if, let's say we use G-Max Wildfire, we discard 2 fire energies, all we can basically do to G-Max Wildfire again is just attach 2 more with Welder, or attach 1 with Welder and attach 1 more from hand. So Welder's pretty nuts, you know. Let's just build up to High Heat Blast. Let's just do all kind of crazy stuff. Welder is an insane card. You probably don't need me to tell you that Welder is a good card, right? And watch this last Pokemon here. I will play 1 Carman before we move on to the supporters. Carman is good for cleaning up the Dene and being a nice little 2-shotter as well. Beat Catch is really nice. Lets you search your deck for 2 cards, put them into your hand. Gonna let you line up your Magneton plays. And then Spit Shot for 3 energy lets you do 160 to one of your opponent's Pokemon, but you discard all energy to it. So yeah, really good at sniping away to Dedenne and stuff like this. And you know, in case on a VMAX Pokemon you only hit him for 300 and they still got a few health left, you can just Spit Shot them. So I'm assuming he's going to be the greens. Yep, this is just what's going to keep us ticking over. Greens exploration. As long as you've got no Pokemon in play with abilities, you can search your deck for 2 traders and put them in your hand. So this is going to help set up our welders. This is going to help set up our Magneton. Help set up. Also, just keeps us ticking over really. Because we can't play stuff like Crobat and Dedenne, so we need greens just to help us tick over. 2 bosses orders. Now we don't actually really get to play these too often, but in the scenario I told you about, we can afford to play Lieutenant Surge and play 2 other supporters. You might be able to weave in a boss there for sure. So I think you have to play at least 1. It's a shame that custom catchers aren't in format still, because Green's decks love custom catchers, but you know, so we have to play bosses. And then here is the poster boy, which could put this deck straight back on the map. Leon. Once during your turn, during this turn, your opponent's your Pokemon's attacks do an extra 30 to your opponent's active. So here's the scenario that I see playing a lot of time when I play this deck. We're going second. We Flare Starter onto Charizard V. We're then going to pop our Magneton next turn, Lieutenant Surge for like Welder plus Leon. And now all of a sudden we can knock out our opponent's VMAX in the active, because we do 330 with Leon. Really cool. And 330 is a good number. The only thing that doesn't really get you around is Eternatus, which is annoying. But everything else, Center Scorch, any tag teams, itself, 330 literally just clears the way of everything else. And I feel as if being able to just one-shot VMAXs is a scary thing. Not a lot of decks can realistically do it. And this can do it fairly often. Our staging of choice is 2 Giant Half, obviously, to find our fire energies and put them in our hand, because Giant Half lets you discard 1 card from your hand, such a deck for 2 fires and put them into your hand. So, you know, it literally just lets you welder quite a lot, really, and that's what you want to see. 4 quick balls just so we can find our Charizard Vs, find our Volcanions, find our Magnemite, find our Carmine. Quick ball is nuts. You could be a little bit risky because we're a greens deck and like cook some of them, but I'm a big scaredy cat and I don't want to do that. 3 Evolution Incense, Godsend cards in here. I wish you could fit 4 in, but you need quite a lot of energy cards for Charizard VMAX. But Evolution Incense lets you search out your VMAX, lets you search out your Magnetons, both of which are really important pieces to keep this deck ticking over. Hence why we play 3. We play 4 Pokegears. Pokegears are really nice, obviously. This is just going to help us find our supporters that we need throughout the whole game. Mainly greens, but also, you know, Leon, bosses, Surge, and then we can start having our Magneton search for supporters that we don't need immediately this turn. Sorry about the fireworks. Which is obviously really nice. So Pokegear is almost a staple in any greens deck, because you haven't got like the Dedenne to fall back on and stuff like this. Let's see what these are. 2 switch. This is mostly just so we can try and get Flare Starter in case on the off chance we don't actually lead Volcanion, and we need to get Volcanion in the active turn 1 going second. Switch helps us do that. And then 1 Fire Crystal. Fire Crystal lets you get back 3 fires from the bin and put them in your hand. So we discard 2 fires with Charizard VMAX. We can like just Fire Crystal for them back and weld them straight back on. And then boom, we're back into G-Max Wildfire Town, baby. And we've actually got 2 triple acceleration energy as well. So this list actually had some peers in it for the longest of time, but they had to come out for space reasons. But what a triple acceleration energy lets you do, right, is let's say we Flare started, okay? Onto our Charizard V, we VMAX since we've got 3 fire energies on, but we haven't got Welder or anything like this. We can attach the 3 CE to fulfill this double curse energy cost here, and then we can actually just discard the 3 CE for the discard 2 energy from this Pokemon, right? And what that's going to let you do is that means we come back into our turn, if we're not KO'd, with 3 fire energies on. And now, after taking some visors, hopefully we can just Welder attach and stuff like this. So, or even attach another 3 CE and save our support for the turn to be a Leon or something. So 3 CEs, really cool in here. And then rounding off, I think it's 10 basic fire. I don't know why I've laid it out, let's I apologize. What's that, 5... so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So 10 basic fire energies to round off the list. Let me know what you think. Charizard VMAX, big heavy hitter, baby. You know I love my greens decks. Let me know what you think. Is it pie in the sky? Or do you actually think there's something to it? Let me know what you think down in the comments. So yeah, thanks for watching as always, guys. If you have the more vivid voltage deck profiles and gameplay, make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. And check the playlist out in the description where I've got all my vivid voltage coverage for you, okay? But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.